Okay, guys, so I want to talk about sometimes you get to a point in your life where you choose not to, especially when you don't have to, you choose not to be bothered by negativity or tolerate somebody's negativity. And not only do you choose not to, you choose not to tolerate it and you just kind of get that person's energy away from you, okay? So if there's a commenter that I want to discuss, I'm not going to say her name, but I've noticed that every time she decides to comment under my video, she is kind of sarcastic. She is very contrary to everything I say. And then this last comment, which I removed her comment. I don't care if it's her opinion. I feel like she's very negative, and I never understood why, if a person never really cared for your commentary, why they even come on your channel. But see, this is and I already checked. This is a so-called black woman, brown woman. This is a problem with sometimes people just like to be negative and they call it their opinion. But if every time you come under my comment section you're always contrary to everything I say, then my commentary doesn't even resonate with you. And if my commentary does not resonate with you, it's not to say that this person is wrong for not really agreeing with the things I say, but what I will say that she is wrong is that she continues to stop listening to it. Stop listening to it. You know, it's other people's commentary. I just click off their videos. Or sometimes I stay away from their channels. I don't agree with everything other people say. Do you know how many YouTube channels are out there? How many YouTube channels are out there? So the first time I saw a very smart comment from this person, I think it might have been very early this year. It could have been last year. And I think it was the way I used the term. I use the term dark according to the way a lot of people today use the word dark, right? And so I use the word dark to mean negative. Now, dark can mean good too, because like I said, a lot of people manifest in, with dark energy. But the way I use dark is in a way that a lot of people today have used dark all over the world. Even in India, this is the way people have used dark, and it could be used to mean negative entities, a dark soul, or something like that. So this person came under my. This was the first strike from her. She came under that video. I can't even remember the name of it anymore. But she came under that video and trying to explain to me what dark really means. And then she criticized the way I use dark, and she said, "You wonder why your sons hate you." And I had to correct her. I don't claim all of these black men as my sons. Now, this sounds like a lady who, I'm not going to get on her, but she sounds like she's more pro-black male. She sounds like she's pro-black male to me. To get under one of my audios in my comment section and criticize the way I use dark in that particular context, the way I use dark, because dark is not negative to me. See, when a person don't try to get to know you and they're fixated on being negative towards you, then that's how they feel about you. And I get rid of that energy real quick. I don't want that energy around me, because every time she has come under my comment section, she's always trying to correct what I say, or she's sarcastic. She's just negative, and I don't even get offended by those people. I don't want them around me. I don't want their energy around me, period. Okay, I don't want the energy around me, period. So that was the first strike of her to talk about the way I use dark in that context, which a lot of people who work with dark energy still use dark in other ways too. They use that word dark in other ways. Same way they use other vocabulary words in other ways. Okay, the same way they use other vocabulary words in other ways. Okay, see, I don't like these people that like to get under your comment section and change your vibration of your channel and change the vibration of your video with their mess. I don't allow it. Some people allow it. Some people allow it because they have a monetized YouTube channel and they get money. I'm not getting money, so I don't allow it. Okay. And she's come a couple of other times wanting to be sarcastic, but the last time she came under one of my videos and she said, "It's crazy how I feel like what I say about black people don't apply to me." And if I was more insightful, I would have more views, and more positive, I would have way more views. Let me tell you something. Don't ever tell me I'm not insightful. I've had plenty of people to tell me I have shared a lot of things with them to help them. See, I don't like a person because they might disagree with something I say to come to me and tell me that I'm not positive, and to come to, and what is positive? See, I can get on her about talking about what positive is. See, she's negative. Okay, I can get on her and they definitely explain what positive and negative is. Positive ain't what you think it is. See, negative is just something that just goes against that goes against what you think your highest good is. Negative is something that does not resonate with your energy, but that does not make it negative. Okay? See, I talked pretty often about this fake positivity. Like I said, she came under this other video about called Illusion of Protection, when I talked about how these ads are going around about black males being good fathers to their daughters. And I talk about this illusion of protection of the daughter, or black girls having this illusion of protection from this black male. Now, I've already said that there were some black men that were good fathers, but I'm no longer interested in protecting their image anymore. And because I say things like that, I'm being negative. That's another strike to let me know that this person is somewhat black male identified, because she keeps coming along. First, when she criticized the way I use dark, I didn't even talk about a black man in that commentary, but she comes in to criticize the way I use the word dark, and then she's saying, you wonder why your sons hate you. That already let me know that she is very much more pro-black male than she is for the woman, okay? And then she come onto my channel talking about, funny how I believe what I say about black people don't apply to me. I apply whatever I want to apply to me. You don't apply nothing to me, okay? But like I say, I'm to the point where, people like that, they don't offend me, because I realize this is a person with a rather dark soul. This is a person with a rather dark soul, but she projected her negativity on me and say if I was more positive and more insightful, I would have way more views. I have plenty of views. See, this kind of person, I've experienced this so many times. This kind of person, when you are positive and when you have great things to say, I guess when they are positive according to what she think is positive, because I've talked about fake positivity so many times. I'm not a light worker. And I've seen other people have had to come out and say, I'm not a light worker. I'm not going to talk about the rainbows and the cherries and every time I upload a video. I'm not going to do what you want me to do. If you want to talk about the fairies, if you want to talk about rainbows every time you want to listen to somebody, then create your own audio. And see, people, because they don't hear that every time they listen to an audio, then they feel like you're a negative person. And so, no, I know I'm very insightful. You're not going to tell me I'm not insightful. Maybe I'm not insightful to you. And if I'm not insightful to you, then I don't know why you torture yourself on my channel. See, this person don't have to like my channel. This is what has to be understood. This person don't have to like what I say. This person don't have to like my channel. My channel might not even be good for them. But why do you torture yourself? That's why I say you're a dark soul. You're a dark soul. Because for you to say, I can see you criticizing that one particular commentary, but you said that if I was more insightful and more positive, I would have way more views. That means that you just think that I have no insight. Well, you might think I have some, but not enough. You think I'm not positive. You think I'm a negative person. Why would you come and listen to a negative person audio? Why would you even do that to yourself? That's like me going and sitting and listening to Tommy Sotomayor. Okay? That's like me listening to Tommy Sotomayor every day. I wouldn't do that to myself, because I know I wouldn't like what he got to say most of the time. And it's not to say that this guy don't say some good things. That's what you got to understand. That's what you have to understand. I wouldn't listen to his channel because I know his reputation. But that's not to say that he hasn't said some good things, because I know where he has once or twice I might have listened to him and he said some things that He said some things that made sense, but I still would not listen to him because I don't want to. It's not that I don't like him. So I don't care for a person who, because my content don't resonate with them, you make it your point to come onto my channel to try to change my energy to fit whatever you like. You need to, and that kind of person would never be satisfied with whatever I do. That kind of person would never be satisfied anyway, because if I was to be talking about kitties and rainbows and all this little fluffy stuff, she wouldn't even be under my channel commenting. And that's why I just dismiss a person like that. Because if I was to get on here and talk about talk about fluffy pillows and light stuff and light and love, I wouldn't even see her comment under my channel, because people like that do not comment when you're positive or when they feel like you're positive. They don't even comment. They won't even say anything. They come out the woodworks when they want to be negative towards you. Okay, so if I was constantly talking about fluffy pillows every day, I wouldn't see her no way. I wouldn't see her no way. See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, this is a YouTuber, Chrissy. I'm pretty sure most of you guys are familiar with her. She said something similar to that, because she talked about colorism a lot, right? Well, that's another thing. People that got on her channel talk about, well, can you talk about more positive stuff, more fluffy stuff? When she talked about fluffy stuff and positive stuff, other than colorism, nobody hardly even clicked on the video. See what I'm talking about? The people, and I'm talking about the main people who got under her comment section telling her to change up her energy. Because here's the thing about colorism. If I don't want to hear what she got to say about colorism, I ain't going to click on her video. But you have no right to change up somebody else's energy. If you don't like it, go somewhere else where they talking about kitty cats and fluffy pillows. That's where you need to go. You have no right to change up somebody else's energy. Okay? I've seen that happen a lot of times, because or like say, I look at a mukbanger every now and then named B Loves Life. You can have your opinion about her, but if you really don't like her, stay away from her channel. See, people like that, they have this thing about, to me, they're vampires. And so I'm not really giving this person my energy, because I'm not really upset with this person. But I'm just kind of making a point where I just reject people like that from around me. I reject their energy from around me. I push back their energy. I don't welcome them. This is no longer about being open to everybody. So somebody like that might say, oh, you're closed-minded. Forget that. No, forget that, because this is like, this is almost like the third or fourth strike with this person. Now, I can't remember the other things that she said, but she has been sarcastic just about every time she comes under my comment section. She has been sarcastic. She's a negative person, and she doesn't see that she's being negative. Okay? And let me tell you something about, she said, crazy, I don't think what I said about black people have applied to me. The reason I could talk about black people is because I've been around it. You can't talk about anything that you have not experienced, so that made no sense. I mean, am I talking about people from Zimbabwe? Am I talking about people from Cambodia? Okay, why am I not talking about people? I've also said a few times in my audios that my commentary don't even cover African people. Why? Because that's not my experience. So a lot of things that I say about black people have applied to me. That's why I'm able to discuss it. If a person like that can open their mind, they will understand the reason I'm able to talk about stuff like this is because it has applied to me. Okay? You can't talk about things in the way I talk about things, these subjects. You can't talk about them unless they have applied to you. So you make no sense once again. But see, this is a person who wants to be negative. Okay? And I'm not wrong for talking. See, this is a person who's toxic, who is still kind of invested emotionally in the so-called black community. I'll talk about how the black community is toxic and how it's toxic on black girls and this illusion of this protection from this black male. I have every right to say that if that's my perception. If that's my perception, I have every right to say that. If you don't agree, upload a video how you talking about how black men are so great. And I don't have a problem with that. I just won't listen to it. But what I won't do is come under your comment section and try to correct what you say, because you have a right to say whatever the heck you want to say under your audio, just like with Cynthia G. I don't agree with the things she's saying. I stay the heck away from her channel. I ain't gonna watch it. I see people get mad at what she say. That lady gonna say whatever she want to say out of her mouth. If you don't like it, stay off her channel. See, stay off her channel. Crystal and Carrison, you don't like people who swirl. Well, if you don't like her commentary, stay off of her channel. Stop getting under there and trying to change somebody's energy. Only time I have a problem with certain people is when I feel like they might be unappreciative of people who have donated to them. Like some people might have received, I say, might have received support. And then they might turn around and then trash so-called black women when they feel like trashing them. And I don't really, that's when I have an issue with certain people because they're dumping on people who support them. And I have to say I have had that issue with certain YouTube content creators where they dump on their supporters. Absolutely, yes, I have voiced my opinion about that. But if I don't agree with pro-black women, Yvette Carnell and stuff, I stay off the channel. I'm not going to get under their audios and try to change up their energy. A person to me like that, that's a negative person because they want to change my energy and the things I say. But the problem is that every time they come under my audios, they're sarcastic. Just like Chrissy, that example of Chrissy, people was tired of hearing her talk about colorism, and so they want to hear her talk about something else. And when she did talk about something else, those same people did not say, "Oh, good video, oh, good." They did not come and say anything. So people like that can kick rocks. Kick rocks. They did that with Kristen Harrison. I remember when I was watching her years ago, and I was subscribed to her blog site too. And I would see these ladies criticize because I guess they were talking about, the things. This was like when it was I don't think she do it no more, but I'm not reading her blogs like I used to. But this was about 4 or 5 years ago when they would really talk about how black men were bashing black women and stuff like that. And I can see because Crystal, I think because she's been around for so many years, it's not that she was focused on them, but new people kept coming to the channel where they needed to vent, or to the blog sites where they needed to vent. But you had other ladies who might have been around longer who wanted Kristen to change up her content. See, that kind of energy got to get away from me. They want you to change who you are because they might be bored, and so they want you to change what you got to say. Never mind, there's other people that might need to hear what you have to say, but because they want to hear something different, they want to. And then the minute you say something different, the minute you oblige these people, those same people don't come under your comment section and say, "Oh, this was nice." They don't have nothing to say. That's how you know these kind of folks are controlling. These kind of people are controlling. Okay, so another example other than Chrissy is when I used to read the Beyond Black and White blogs, religiously. I used to love reading them. I don't read them now because I'm kind of into a different zone. I'm into a different zone where I am in my life. I'm just into a different zone. There's nothing wrong with her. I'm just in a different type of energy. And so but these ladies would get under her comment section talking about, could you talk about different subjects like designing houses and plants and vegetables and gardening and makeup? Can you talk about more makeup? And can you talk about all of this stuff? So, okay, so I paid close attention. A couple of days later, Crystalline came up, had a blog, an article about makeup. And I think she also talked about gardening, okay? Those same girls, because I read the comments, those same ladies was not under that comment section to say thank you for this article. Now she's trying to oblige what those other ladies requested because they call themselves being tired of the other content. They were tired. But see, if they didn't want to see, here's the thing. Why are those ladies even under that comment section? And then when they talk about, okay, we hear this list of things right here, can we hear this, and this, and this? And so when Crystalline provided those different articles that those ladies were requesting, they weren't even under that comment section. That's how you know they were just being negative. Okay, people like that are being negative. Why would you show up under a commentary that you don't even like? And then when somebody tries to oblige you and try to provide the commentary that you say you want, you don't even show up. That's a person who's just negative, and that's a person who's controlling. And then I remember a couple of some white guys that was subscribed to that blog channel. And he called that mess out. He called it out. He said, where are you guys? Where are you? You get up under these other commentaries talking about what you want to see and what you want to hear and what you want to do and all this stuff and criticizing. I don't see you here. I'm talking about not one comment, Harley, besides that white guy and maybe another one. Not one comment under that particular article. Not one. When she talked about gardening and makeup, not one comment. I mean, literally, that article was empty. It was empty because people just like to hear drama. Okay. And it was a white guy. He called this mess out. He called it out. Said, where are these ladies who talked about they want to hear something different? They want to read something different. Where are these ladies now? Where are they? Why are they not under this article now saying anything about commenting under this article? And he talked about how it's an issue. It's a problem. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to use those as examples. Okay, I just use Crystalline and Chrissy because those are the ones I can remember. They do it to everybody. I talked about B Love's Life. How everybody get up under her comment section talking about how they sick of seeing her eat seafood. But here's the thing. If she eats something else besides seafood, they're not under that comment section to talk about, oh, I'm glad that you eating this, you know. See, people like being negative. And another thing about her seafood videos, whether people like it or not, she still gets the most views under her seafood boils. Under her videos, she still gets the most views under her seafood boils. Even though people keep coming in talking about they tired of looking at it, but then they come in there to look at it, click on the video, and then take the time to comment. And then take the time to attack other people, where this lady continues to get more views and more money based on their negativity. Now, whenever she eats something else besides, because I've seen her eat plenty of other food besides the doggone seafood boil. But her channel is known for seafood boil. That's what she built her brand off of, seafood boil. Why would she quit? Why would you quit something when you built your brand off of it? That's what people got to understand. Like, people don't want Crystalline to talk about swirling, where she kind of built her brand off of that. People tired of B Love's Life eating seafood, but she built her brand off of seafood boil. She built her brand off of that. Why would she quit? Okay. Chrissy kind of built her brand off of colorism. So why would she quit? So if people want to hear something else, then listen to something else, because there's literally millions of YouTube channels if you want to hear something else. That's it and that's all. Like I've heard other people say, that's it and that is all. And with that being said, I'll talk to you later.